In a quiet village by the river, where the gentle sound of water lapping against the stones was a lullaby to the weary, lived an old potter named Raghav. His hands, weathered and calloused, were a testament to decades spent molding the earth into art. Each day, he could be found in his sun-drenched workshop, surrounded by the earthy aroma of damp clay and the faint smell of smoke from the kiln. Raghav's movements were deliberate and graceful, as if he were performing a sacred dance with the raw material. With care, patience, and love, he shaped clay into pots of all sizes, each one imbued with a piece of his spirit. Among his creations, Raghav had 2 clay pots that he cherished deeply. One pot was flawless, its surface smooth and polished to perfection, a gleaming vessel that could hold water without a hint of leakage. The other, however, bore a small crack, a hairline fracture that marred its otherwise beautiful form. Each morning, without fail, Raghav would carry both pots to the river to fetch water, the sturdy one brimming with liquid, while the cracked pot dripped along the way. As they journeyed, the perfect pot swelled with pride, effortlessly carrying its load. In contrast, the cracked pot felt shame seep into its very being with each droplet that escaped. "I'm useless," it whispered sorrowfully to the warm sunlight that spilled over the path. "I can never do what I was made for." Each day, as they returned home, the cracked pot would look down, disheartened to see it had delivered only half of its burden. One morning, burdened by sorrow, the cracked pot spoke up. "Master, I'm sorry. Please replace me," it pleaded, its voice trembling like a leaf caught in the breeze. Raghav paused, a soft smile playing on his lips. "Tomorrow, watch the path carefully," he instructed, his eyes twinkling with a secret. The next day, the cracked pot focused intently on the path as they walked to the river. To its astonishment, it noticed vibrant wildflowers blossoming along its side of the trail. Petals danced in the wind, their colors a brilliant splash against the earthy tones of the pathway. The cracked pot's heart swelled with an unfamiliar warmth. It realized that the water it had leaked was nourishing the blooms, giving life to beauty in a way it had never imagined. When they returned home, Raghav knelt beside the cracked pot and said gently, "I knew about your crack, so I planted flowers along your side. Every day your water gave them life." The pot felt tears roll down its side, a release of all the shame and frustration that had weighed it down. It was no longer just a vessel for water, it was a nurturer of life. In that moment, the cracked pot understood that it was not broken, but rather, it held a unique purpose in the tapestry of the world around it. Proudly, it accepted its role, not for being perfect, but for having a meaningful purpose that contributed to the beauty of life. Raghav smiled, knowing that he had taught the cracked pot a lesson about worth that would forever resonate in both their hearts.